Welcome to Besties and Bubbles.
Welcome.
Cheers. We have kind of something exciting.
We do.
We got our first sponsor.
Ta-da!
We had somebody come to us and say, hey, you guys are drinking bubbles. Why don't you drink our bubbles?
And we said, why not?
We'll take it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about our cocktail.
So the delicious bubbles are from Pascual Toso. I know, right? Kind of fancy.
Yes, very fancy.
I know.
We're fancy.
And it's from they're from Argentina.
Okay.
So a little down south. I think in the Mendoza region, if I'm reading my notes correctly.
Okay.
Anyway, so we should
Bottle's
take a
cool.
Yeah, it is pretty. Just take a sip.
Oh, I already did take a sip. I'm sorry.
Maybe I did or maybe I didn't. Let me take a sip.
I took sips. I took several sips.
I like it. It's light and soft.
Oh, it's light and soft.
I think, yeah.
Okay. And where could our friends find and order this bottle of wine?
Well, if you're local, if
Bubbles.
you're local, our friends can go to Elmhurst at the Corner Cottage in Elmhurst.
Okay.
If you are in Glen Ellen at Glen Prairie, which
is almost Lombard.
Yes. And also in Glen Ellen at Cabernet and Company. So.
Okay. Cabernet and Company.
And Co. But maybe, right? Co is abbreviation for
I've
company.
Never been there. Have you been there?
I haven't either. I think I need to check that out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's very cool. We thank our sponsor, and we'll put more information at the end if you are interested. But we just appreciate someone saying, hey, try our stuff.
I know. We're so excited.
Like it.
Yes.
We like it. I feel like we've arrived, Kim.
You know. Well, and it's podcast day, which it's like a double thing. We love it. So.
We love podcast day. We love podcast day. You know, people say they have like their good side and bad side.
Oh, yeah. Right? Like before you take a photo. Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait. You need to get me on my good side.
Yeah, that's what happened last night when we were taking photos, when we were out. So why is that? What does your good side mean and what does your bad side mean?
I think it's the way you look at yourself. Like when you see the photo taken, right? You are either...
What makes your face good and bad on one side?
Well, typically, this is just
for you.
For me. Well, we're not symmetrical people.
Okay.
Right? There's only very, very few people in the world that are symmetrical.
Okay.
I think like Tom Cruise and Angelina Jolie are two of the people that are...
Really?
Yeah. Like they're...
I heard Angelina Jolie is very
identical. So I do think that probably has something to do with like good side, bad side. I mean, it's a phrase, right? We all know.
Yeah.
We all know the phrase. So
I thought because my hair was off center that I should be on the other side. Like this would be my good side, I would think, because it's not behind my ear. But anyway, we talked about something along the lines, and this is what we're going to talk about on our podcast today, is earlier this week we were talking about how we see ourselves differently, obviously, than anybody else does. Like we really nitpick or see little
100%.
things. Like I know I've got this little spot on my face, a little sunspot that I try and put, you know what I mean? Maybe nobody else notices it, but I do.
Right.
You know?
Right. I think like, I mean, for sure, I know I'm my own worst critic.
Right.
You know, and I would think for the majority of our friends.
Right.
But it's like, you're looking at this stuff and critiquing yourself and beating yourself up, but it's like, does anybody
else really see the same thing? Right.
Yeah.
So it was on a podcast that I was listening to, and they brought up the psychologist that, and originally, I mean, she didn't even make it up, but she was quoting that we were never meant to be looking at ourselves as much as we do. We were never intended to be that way. You know, mirrors, I'm sure, were developed at some point, right? And then pictures, right? Instant pictures, you know, now we all have cameras on our phones. You know, how many pictures do you take before you post one? You know, like, no, I don't like my hair in that, or I don't like that.
Well, even when you take someone's photo, right? You take multiple because you don't know how they're going to turn out. And whether someone closes their eyes or, you know, whatever, isn't looking at the camera or whatever the case is.
Right.
So,
and if you really want to critique yourself and drive yourself nuts, record yourself live like we do. We don't even edit.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking when we do editing where we, make sure everything is right. Now I think, she's looking at herself thinking, oh, she should have done this or that, or the way she is, or, maybe it's the way I'm sitting or the way my arm is, or we're looking at things that I'm sure you guys aren't.
Yeah.
But it's because you're watching yourselves be recorded, right? That's an easy way to definitely nitpick yourself. But what they were saying is what I was listening to, the point of it was, you're looking at stuff that nobody else is even noticing.
Right.
No one else even notices it. So don't get hung up on it. Don't let it knock down your confidence.
Right.
Right.
Which is key. I mean,
yes.
Who cares? That could be for a lot of things, right? Whether you're planning a party or a wedding or, anything that doesn't go according to plan or what you think it should look like, whether it's ourselves, right? We think we should look a certain way.
Right.
Or, as I just said, I mean, maybe something doesn't go right to your plans, like whatever it is. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know but you, right? Unless you're out there, talking about it. But
yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Well, me and Kimmy, if you've watched any other podcasts, we admit that we go get things done to our, like Botox filler, that kind of stuff, right? Treatments. Now there's salmon sperm, which I told Rosie it should be called salmon semen. That's really what it's more along the lines of semen than the sperm. But anyway, microneedling, your
that
face
is all good.
Like that. And
yes.
I wonder, first of all, if we treated our skin better when we were younger.
No.
Do you think we would be doing all this stuff?
If we did? If we did.
Yeah. Or do you think just either way we would still have to be like wanting? Because we were horrible to our skin. I think the Gen Xers were horrible.
Yes.
I think we were the baby oil,
100%,
lemon juice in the hair.
Well, we always wanted to have a tan.
Always.
I
don't ever remember sunscreen as a kid.
No, and I remember like having my nose burnt and peeling
it off,
and that was like the best thing. Like, well,
yeah, I mean, know,
right? Because you were in the sun.
Yeah.
Everyone looked healthy. It's one of those things. I do think the younger generations are much, much better than what we were. But it's, again, think about everything that is out on, available, right?
Yeah.
On the socials. We didn't have socials.
There's a lot of sunscreen that's coming out that's bad for you.
I know, I did.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Like a lot of toxic stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with little kids. Anyway, so we don't hide the fact that we do these things to try and make our parents look good, and all that stuff. So it's not that you can't go out and exercise, obviously, treat your skin well, drink water, do all those things. But I think the point of what I was listening to and what we were talking about this week offline was the fact that we want to get the point across to people that maybe you're overthinking those flaws that you see.
And beating yourself up about it.
And making decisions based on those things.
Right.
So I'm going to call you out on something.
No? Okay. Maybe I should have a suit.
Do you wear a bathing suit?
Like, do I wear a bathing suit to swim? I mean, yes, I wear a bathing suit. Yes. I mean, I do get in a pool. I do go to the beach.
You've been in a pool?
Yes.
You've never been in my pool.
I have been in your pool. I like to dangle my feet in your pool.
Oh, that's not in the pool.
Well, we were in Hawaii. I was in the pool, actually.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Yes.
Fair. So my point is, Kim, you have such a cute figure.
See?
You have such a cute figure.
It's all right.
But you don't wear a two-piece, and you also hide your figure when it comes to bathing suits.
This is true. You would never catch me. I used to wear a bikini, and then
why would you? Why would we never catch you in a two-piece?
I just don't like the way I look in certain areas.
So that's my point, and that's okay for you to make that decision, as long as it doesn't inhibit you from doing something. Saying no to an event or something, right? But to other people, just that's crazy, Kim, because you have such a cute figure.
Well, thank you.
And here I prance around in a bikini all the time. I got my belly hanging in I'm like,
well,
who cares?
You've got other assets, so
Oh,
it's all good, but it's okay. But
confidence is very key.
It is, but that is the reason I don't feel confident. I feel confident about my body.
Okay.
Yes. But not to go and be in a two-piece in public.
In public.
Let's just say that. Yeah. But
Okay.
that's and that yeah. That's
I think there's people that cover up unnecessarily. I think there's people that, won't leave the house without any makeup,
Yeah.
But because you think that people you're going to be judged, unless your makeup is just right, or,
Right.
whatever it is.
Right.
And I think that you got to get over that fact that people are not looking at you as intently as you are. They don't see all those little flaws.
I would agree. I would, though, say that if you do all those things because it's what you want to do and it's what makes you happy, right? Or it's just,
right.
That's different than thinking, oh my gosh, what if someone, what if someone sees me or whatever, which I could go back to a previous podcast.
I'm thinking the same thing. When you hurt your nose and you went and shopped at Walmart so nobody would see you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought about the same thing.
Yeah. So, but kind of to your point about, I pretty much always have jewelry on. It's different variations. I always have earrings on, even when I go to bed. That's weird. But
why
it's
do you have earrings on in bed?
Well, I have these little stud earrings that I wear, and that's just what I do.
You're like Mr. Rogers. You take the shoes off and you put the other ones on.
Kinda.
You don't remember Mr. Rogers? Like, it's a beautiful day.
Takes off his suit jacket, puts on the zip-up sweater.
But he would take off his outdoor shoes and put on his sneakers. He would put on his little indoor sneakers. They weren't slippers. They were like another pair of shoes.
They were gym shoes.
That's another podcast. Okay. So you take off your earrings for the day and you put other ones in.
If I don't have them in already.
Right.
Like, okay, for example,
nobody else thinks that's weird.
When I come to work out with you, I always have my stud earrings in.
Okay.
Now, there's certain jewelry that I don't take off. I don't wear all this jewelry, but there's certain pieces that I just don't take off.
Yeah.
So, necklaces, I don't take off you know what I'm saying? Like, and you do too. You wear a fair amount that you just have on all the time. And I'm sure, like, for example, my husband never takes off his wedding ring. Me, on the other hand, I take it off when I'm in the shower. I take it off to go to bed, first of all. I take it off if I'm showering, swimming, not that I swim a lot, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't wear my ring, but he wears it constantly.
Well, if you're doing something more along the lines of the way you present yourself, and you're saying like jewelry, but I am surprised that so many people, and I'm like that sometimes, that I care what other people think.
Yeah. Do you think, though, that the younger generations care more because of what they've been exposed to, and the fact that social media and really they've grown up with selfies and the ability to have, this right in front of them constantly?
I remember when my kids were in high school and I would drop kids off, drop them off at school, and you see people, and these girls would have a full face of makeup, and I'd be like, who has time for that? They had to start school at 7 or whatever. Like, what time do you get up? Like, oh yeah, they'd get up when it was like dark, so they could do that, And then there were also kids that were showing up in their pajamas and slippers, and I was like, have some personal pride. So I think the next generation is actually more intently looking, because they have access to stuff that we didn't. We didn't, people that we saw that were models and stuff, they were maybe a little bit on TV, but it was magazines. Yeah. And they were perfect, but it wasn't even a real image, most likely. It was probably doctored up. And now you can follow models, and there's shows about models, and you can see everyday lives of you know what I mean? And if they're like Kardashian culture, you know what I mean? Where they're always looking perfect.
Yeah. And now you throw in AI into all that too.
Yeah.
And
but that's fake.
It is, but it's so realistic. Like, how do you even know if that's real or if it's not?
I'm telling you, in the dating culture, it's a problem.
So that's
when
another
you look at a profile and you think, oh, they're good looking and blah blah blah.
Well, they put together, right? They're probably putting their best side photos on their profile,
or they
not
have a
them.
filter, or their older photos when they were
another
thinner
thing. Think
or
of
something.
the filters that are out there that make people look better.
Yes.
I mean, so
you can kind of tell though.
It's all around, and then you go and meet this person, and you're like,
who are they?
Like, you don't look like your photo,
right? So on a podcast, on a show that I was watching, something.
Yeah.
It was a girl that was upset because she went on a date and she was going back to his house to be intimate, and he had already got undressed and he was already in bed. And she went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom were his clothes sitting on the floor. And he had on, like how we would have Spanx, he had like a shirt like that made him look like he was really buff, like a six pack. He had worn it underneath his shirt.
Really?
When she saw him, and then she was like, and she was so weirded out that she just like left. And so,
wow.
And so now the guy wants a second date and doesn't know why, and this and that, right? And so now she has to come clean and say that. And so then the radio guy is like, well, hold on a minute. Don't you wear Spanx? Don't you wear push-up bra? Like, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
We fake it all the time.
Yeah.
Heels, we're not that tall.
Right.
Push-up bras. Spanx, I mean, all that kind of stuff.
Well, everyone, it's what's the phrase? If you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to if something makes you like look good and makes you feel good, then go for it.
But don't you think it's unfair for her to judge him?
I do.
Like that?
I do, because she probably was wearing Spanx.
Yeah. Well, she said she wasn't that time, but
you know what I mean.
She said it was like she was turned off that he looked like he had a really ripped body in his shirt, and then she saw like the fake abs laying on the floor in the bathroom, and she was
but shouldn't it, and it depends on what you're looking for, right? But shouldn't the person like be more than just
this is a first date
physical aspect?
She didn't really know the person very much, but anyway, they were just an interesting thing.
Point,
that even men do things right, or maybe I know men that won't take their shirt off at the beach. Yeah, and they're not huge people,
right?
But that their image that other people are going to judge them is enough for them to not take off their shirt. But like, aren't dad bods in like at our age and shit?
They totally are. They're totally in. I mean, listen, we're not perfect. Like, right. Like, and again, it goes back to even AI. I mean, or any type of photoshopping modification or whatever. I mean, no one's perfect. So it's like, if you're looking, to be with someone, I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to say, right?
Well,
we shouldn't be so judgy, I guess, is the.
Yes, I think we shouldn't judge each other people, but my point in what I, heard is that I don't think people are looking at us that much. So what if I got some cellulite, or you know what I mean?
Right.
If I'm confident about it, that's way more important. I'm not wearing shorts to the beach. I'm just not. Yeah. I'm just gonna go for it.
I agree with you.
And that's just my confidence, and other people I can wear skirts or
but
whatever.
That really is the bottom line, is confidence. And what does it take for someone to have, you can see someone who's voluptuous, right? Curvy and so forth, and maybe she's wearing something that I would never wear, but kudos to her for being able to pull it off, because she looks amazing in it. At what point, I don't know. I don't know if you get confidence, if you just are confident. Maybe you're confident in certain areas of your life. Maybe, there's a thing like people have said, this isn't about me, but I've heard about people that if you know someone personally, like, oh, they're such a sweet person and nice and, bending over backwards for people. And then people that know them from work, they're like, ooh, she's vicious.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like, it's like a different,
That happened to us last night too. When we were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Maybe.
The chick at work?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing.
Yes.
You're right.
So,
well, and I also think there's very like beautiful people. If you see them beautiful, but their personalities are ugly.
Oh.
and they become
100%. Yes,
Ugh.
someone could look like a goddess, right?
Right.
Female,
and then be like,
male,
ugh.
and they could
They
just
open up their mouth
be
and you're
a
like,
jerk,
yeah,
friendly, and that just makes them not attractive.
Right.
But then the same can be for someone who maybe isn't, physically what you're looking for, but you have conversations with that person. That person's super caring and nice and, respectful.
And they become more attractive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, twofold, I think we should all give ourselves a little bit of grace. No one's perfect. And especially as we get older, we can look in the mirror and we can see our face isn't the same, our hands aren't the same, our arms aren't the same. You know what I mean? From back then. Now, I don't wish I was any other younger age.
Oh,
I don't want to go back even a week.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
I'm very happy.
Fine where I'm at.
Yeah, I am. I love this stage of my life. But I do think that you should try and have confidence, give yourself a little bit of grace, and have confidence in areas that maybe are more difficult. Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Because I just saw like Lizzo came up on my Instagram, and it was like, they were like the whole backside of like 4 girls or something. They were like shaking, and they just had thongs on, and their butts were so big you couldn't even see like the thong. Can I say that? So it was like, I was like, wow. Like, I mean, I think they're just dancers. Probably one of them was Lizzo, right? But I was like looking, I was like, what is going on here? But these women were very comfortable about their big old booties.
I think it's great. If you own it, you own it.
Yeah.
So,
and then the second part is, I think everyone just needs to be kinder. So if someone looks good, tell them.
We've talked about it. If you see it, say it.
Yeah.
Feel it, say it.
Yeah.
Giving people a compliment will make them feel good, but it'll make you feel good.
It will make you feel good. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I
Interesting.
I get that. And I think that people nowadays could use a little more positivity and kindness in their lives.
And we need to be kinder to ourselves.
This is also very true. So when you look in the mirror,
give
yourself a compliment.
Right? All right. Well, interesting. It was just an idea that popped up in our heads, and then we were talking about it. I'm like, oh, we'll talk about that with our friends. We call you guys our friends.
You are our friends. And it does track, considering, how many different vehicles and devices that we have. I say devices, but a mirror is still a device. It's everything that we see that we're doing, right?
Yes. We can see everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is crazy.
Videos. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
when we grew up, the only video that there was.
But now we send like videos to each other just to have a conversation. Like, it's not even making a phone call. It's making a video and then sending the video.
Yeah.
And then someone sending the video back to answer your video.
Yeah. That's what you do.
It's crazy.
That's what we do. Anyway,
I guess
we're looking at each other way more than we were ever meant to. Be kind to yourself, and also be kind to others. And don't be shy in the compliments, man. If you see something and someone looks good, let them know.
Yes, and let yourself know.
Kimmy says, compliment yourself.
Yes, and you know what? Thank you to our sponsor.
Yes.
Pascal.
I enjoyed it.
Toso.
Kimmy, you're good with that.
It's delicious.
You're good with that foreign stuff. Good job.
Wow. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers, friends.